Hi everybody, it's Charnell from Cakelifelove. I have another video. This one is a do-it-yourself video. So, the C is for Charnell. The K is for Kiara. Charnell and Kiara Evans, Cakelifelove. I am going to show you a do-it-yourself video. If you have a child like Kiara who has beautiful skin like this, and she skates, you always find tights like this. So what I did is I learned the art of dyeing tights like this. So I'm going to show you a quick little video how I did all of that, and I'm going to give you all the steps, and I'll give you the recipe so that you can turn these into these. Alright, so the first thing that you'll need, thank you so much, Vanna. One of the things that you will need is you will need a pan. You can use a pan or you can use a big bowl. Either one. Either one you probably won't use again. We hardly ever make spaghetti, so we'll be using this because you will need some heat. If you use a plastic bowl, then you can do that as well. You'll also need this RIT Dye More. It's synthetic. This is a chocolate brown. So we're going to use that. Water. One of the other things I use to help with stirring is we just use something like this because you're going to put it in the pot and you're going to stir it like that. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to fill your pot with as much water. You want it to have enough water so that the two pair of tights that I'm going to dye are going to be floating around. Then what you want to do is you're going to take the top off of this and you're going to put about 4 capfuls of dye into the pan. So I have my pan here, and it's filled with water. What I want to do is I want to put it on the stove, and we're going to heat it for about 10 minutes or till there's steam coming from the top. So I will be right back once I've done that. Alright, once you put one in, you can put both of them in. Make sure you have enough space, of course. And you're going to just kind of, as the water continues to heat up, you want to stir them gently so that they get the color that you want. I'm putting this other pair in. We're going to put it in there like this, and I press them in there. Depending on how dark you want them or how light you want them, the good thing about this is that once you get them the color you want, then you can take them out. The heat is going to help soak in and set the color. Then what you want to do is you want to stir it gently so that you don't get streaks in the tights. I have to tell you, I'm very excited about this new do-it-yourself thing that I've just learned, because I can always find these at Bel Air Skate and Dance, also known as Patty's Shop, which is where I get most of my tights, located in Bel Air, Texas. And as you see, as I move this out of the way, so you don't have to be bothered with that, as you see, if I lift it up, it's already like a nice dark color. As you see, the tabs are the color that they were. Now, if this is as dark as I want them, what's going to happen is when you wring them out, some of this color is going to come out. So it's been about 10 minutes or so. I'm just making sure the color is in there. You can stir. Bubble, bubble, toil, and trouble to get that nice color. Now that plastic bowl that I showed you, what you can do with that, if you want to let this sit longer, I turn the heat off. Let it sit for a little bit. I'm going to grab the bowl. See, here's the bowl. I'm grabbing the bowl and I'm going to put these inside the bowl. Now the thing with this is you want to make sure you don't get it on much of anything. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. This has only been about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 8 minutes of soaking. But this soaked up really well. As you can see, they're nice and brown. So I'm going to leave that there for a second. And I typically go to the sink to rinse it out. So we're going to go move over to the sink and we're going to rinse it out. And you're going to see what I see. Alright, so I've moved to the sink and I have the bowl. See? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run some tap water. This is cold water, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put it over here and let the water rinse it out, and I'm going to squeeze. And you want to keep doing this until your water is clear. If the tights are not the color you want them to be after it's clear, guess what? You can always do it again if you want it darker. As you can see, it's not, I don't know if you can tell in that light, you can't, it's not as dark as it was before. And I'm just continuously wringing it out. Until the water is clear. Kiara, what do you think? You think you're going to be doing this later?
Maybe. I don't know. This is my first time. This is interesting.
Very interesting. And the water is almost clear. Almost clear. See, when it's wet, it's going to look darker. But of course, when it dries, it is going to... See, the water is almost clear. Kiara, when you wore these for the Nutcracker rehearsal, did they feel stiff, or could you tell, or did they feel like normal tights?
They feel like normal tights. But they're interesting and weird.
Now, there were a pair of tights that I was able to find on Amazon that I purchased that were chocolate brown. And they were a little bit thinner. They were just footed tights. And I'm going to show you what that color looks like compared to the ones I just dyed. Kiara, can you show them what that looked like?
This is what it looks like.
This was a pair that I purchased that were already this color. So we bought those, we went to Florida, we did Orange Blossom. They looked fabulous on the ice. And I was really glad. And the water right now is really clear for this one. So there are some darker spots, as you can see. I don't know if that's wet or not, so... There are some darker spots. But for the most part, I mean, there's some streaking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them sit a little bit longer. And do this other pair. So I'm just wringing these out. This is the second pair. You want to make sure it starts to come out clear. Nice, looks even. This pair might turn out a little bit better because it looks even. So what I'm gonna do is while they're just wet like this, I'm just gonna go put them in the dryer. Be right back.
Bye.
Alright, so that first pair that I put in the first time and it was streaked, the other one's drying. I'm just gonna wring this second pair out, or the first pair, which is now the second pair. And we're gonna wring it out, running the water, and then we're gonna put it in the dryer. So we are done. They have just come out the dryer, and as you can see, we have two chocolate brown, evenly toned pair of tights, thanks to RIT Synthetic Dye More chocolate brown and water, and the super dead right here. That would be me. And you will see these in some of the backstage videos from Nutcracker on Ice, and possibly some other skating videos that we're going to post. So be sure to comment, subscribe to our channel, Cakelifelove, and from Charnell and
Kiara.
Thank you for watching.
Subscribe.